All right, and we're started here. Everything sounds good. Um, so Joe,
Yo,
any any takeaways from week 5? Anything you're impressed by, not impressed by? Think they shit the bed?
well, the Jets fired the head coach. First firing of the
Yeah.
season. So that's definitely interesting. Um, anything maybe shocking? I mean, I think the Giants game was probably the upset of the week. Beating Seattle 29-20. I don't know if you got to watch that game, but ooh.
Yeah, I got to watch some of it, thankfully, and yeah, it was good. It was good to see they were looking like they were starting to get in their somewhat of a groove there.
Yes.
And
Um, I also think, Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Tampa Bay game from last Thursday. He's throwing through over 500 yards. Huge. Excuse me. Don't worry, I'm just dying.
guys, just a simple thing of dying. It's kind of worried there.
I your concern was highly visible.
Oh no.
Ew, oh no. It's like, wait, let me rescue my kids. Oh no, slipping. Oh.
So yeah, Kirk Cousins, 500 some yards, friggin' one of the biggest, if not the biggest, points of his career or yards of his career.
Oh yeah, probably the biggest.
Yo.
There's my lovely wife.
Yep. Hi, lovely wife.
Hello, honey.
Always remember the chubby panda. Yo.
Yes. All right, so going into week 6, starting off the week Thursday, 49ers in Seattle.
Well, the way Seattle's defense played, and some people returning to Seattle. I'm not saying like Christian McCaffrey, but you know George Kittle. I'll take the 49ers for this one. The Seattle defense, I understand, is riddled with injuries, but love you, babe. Oh yeah, that ripped dog and kids.
Nacho.
Yes, Nacho. Sorry, not our dog. Nacho likes to jump at the window, and we got curtains hanging up in front of it, and he'll grab onto it and like just out of excitement. And now there's a hole. Anyway, so Seattle's defense, I mean, they gave up over 400 yards to the Giants team that didn't have a Malik Neighbors or a Devin Singletary. And I'm not saying the Giants looked amazing, but they looked really good, you know, against a Seattle team that was 3-1 for a reason. But I'm going to have to go with the 49ers for a Thursday night game. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be like a 27-24 game. I don't think abysmal. I don't think it's going to be a blow up by no means. They're division rivals, so definitely be a close game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to center myself, and I went the wrong way because everything it's backwards. I'm looking at it, it's like, okay.
Yeah. I'm new. I don't know what to do.
Do I look this way?
Hey, Jeff, over here. Ooh.
You know how you get Tourette's, right? You get thrown to an electrical panel.
Apparently. Poor Goldust. He still hasn't recovered. Ooh. Yeah, I'm looking at it as like as of right now, schedule wins wise, Seattle's a better team. It looks like,
Record wise, yeah.
but they just had a bigger loss. Oh, I'd say they had a bigger loss to New York than San Francisco had to the Cardinals. Um, you know, Arizona barely beat San Francisco.
And they came from behind to do it too, I believe.
So Seattle's going to come in, probably going to come into this game and be like, okay, that was a fluke. It never fucking happened. And they're going to have a chip on their shoulders. Whereas San Francisco, like you said, got some injuries. But it wasn't as big of a loss to probably a better team. And that hurts me to say.
Yeah.
So I agree. I'll go with San Francisco. But like you said, it's going to be a close game. And I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle pulled it out either,
No, right. I'm definitely can go either way, but if I had to pick a team that's, I guess, more desperate for a win as opposed, based on record. I mean, obviously you got to go with San Fran because they're sitting at 2-3, with Seattle sitting at 3-2. So what team is, San Fran has got to start winning some games here before their season's truly derailed.
Yeah. I mean, it's week 6. You really see who's going to be who,
Right. We're starting to get into the, I won't say the full meat and potatoes of the season, but you're starting to see, what teams are doing and how, and this is where it's going to come down to. It's a division game, so it's even bigger than just a win or a loss. This is going to, ultimately determine who's going to win division.
Yeah. Even if it's it comes down to, even if you have the same record, whoever has that 1 or 2 division wins, means everything. All right, going on to Sunday. Jaguars and Bears.
Well, Jaguars just picked up their first win. Sorry. Don't know what came over me last week. And they beat the Colts. So good job finally getting a win. They needed it desperately. I mean, I'm probably saying their season's probably lost at this point, but a team being 0-4, definitely don't go to 0-5. Then you start kind of losing that camaraderie. You start losing that team emphasis. The locker room starts getting lost. So a win, the win came at a really good time for them to kind of say, like, look, we beat the Colts, division rival again. So a little more. And it was a good game too. I mean, it was like I think it was like 38-35, or it was a high scoring game.
Yeah, 37-34.
So I said 38-35. And now they're gonna play the boy Bears.
The Bears.
Sorry, this I don't know if you told, but Tiffany threw me into an electrical panel, and I got Tourette's.
Yeah, I seen it happen. I was standing there. I could not believe I just saw that.
I know.
I was standing there with my buddy Hooker B, and
Hooker B.
Tucker B. No. Instead of Booker T, Tucker B.
Tucker B. Oh,
yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Bears surprisingly got a winning record. They're sitting at 3-2.
They blew out Carolina.
It's Carolina.
Yeah, but still, they beat them like the redheaded stepchild.
Today's show also, by the way, is brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Oh, you went full flavor too, none of the dye or zero crap.
No, full flavor. High octane, motherfucker.
The high test, the premium.
You have to go big or go home, right? Yeah. I don't want to walk away from this. If I'm not leaving with a gib, you didn't do it right.
I don't think you guys are going to get away with this. You just let people know what happened here today.
You just know what happened here today. That's
Man,
I got to talk at Gambit cards. Anyway, I want to pick the Bears to win that game. The Jaguars are they're not. I don't know if they'll be able to consistently play good ball. Yet last week was the best they've ever played this season thus far, right?
possibly even this decade.
Yeah. So the Bears are starting to. I think the Bears are starting to figure it out. I don't think they're going to win division or anything by no means, but the Bears are the better team minus the offensive line. So I'll pick the Bears strictly based on the winning record. That game could probably go either way. Again, Jaguars never really had a horrible defense. And if the Jaguars want to pull it off, all they got to do is just rush like one extra person. But, I'll go with the Bears. I don't know how you feel.
I agree. I'm going with Bears. The Bears.
Bears.
For the most part, they're the better team, which isn't saying much because we're talking about Jacksonville. But
speaking of Florida, Godspeed.
Oh yeah,
guys,
down there.
Evacuating that area. Stay safe.
It's, America's penis anyway, but still.
Rather be a penis than an armpit.
Yeah, I'd rather be an armpit than part of Canada.
Fuck off.
It's like a loft. It's like a loft apartment over a really amazing party. Hey, you keep it down there, eh?
Keep it down there, eh? Last week I went to the safari in Canada and I heard a couple of people, hey? I'm like,
I would put those giraffes, eh?
I wore a hat with the flag. like, get asked, where are you coming from? Fucking really?
It says in big red, white, and blue letters, USA.
I had the Velcro patch on my hat. I took one of our flags that we had on our ACUs. So obviously, I got to, and a few people look at me funny because obviously as well as I do, the flag is backwards. It's inverted because the Union always goes forward, right? The flag never retrieves. So
it's never backwards. It's assaulting forwards.
Assaulting. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. It's got to be the beard. Feathered and lethal.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to the games.
Yes. Next, we have the Texans versus New England.
Oh, Texans. I don't even think we got to spend a whole lot of time on that. The Texans are going to freaking, how do I say this in terms that people understand nowadays? Spank that ass.
Yeah. Again, just like Chicago versus Jaguars, clearly Houston's the better team.
Clearly they are. They did lose Nico Collins, but it didn't matter against Buffalo, even when Buffalo started rallying back. Houston kicked a game-winning field goal, right? So
23-20.
Clear-cut team. Don't expect anything. Now we're getting to the meat, like I said, the meat and potatoes of the season. If New England does lose, coaching stays the same, right? I'm not panicking there in that mindset. But for the Jaguars, on the other hand, if they don't win, not to go backwards, but I could foresee Doug Peterson getting fired.
Jacksonville, like they need to, like New England, they clearly know. I would hope to give credit that they had a winning formula for 2 decades. The better part of 2 decades. So they know like, okay, well, right now it's not working. We're rebuilding. We'll get back there. Jacksonville never been there. So that it's like, what do we do?
They had that. I guess I want to call it. I want to call it a fluke season where Jacksonville had like, I think it was like 11-5 record or 12-4 when they went to the AFC Championship and lost against the Patriots. And I think it was like 2018, and their quarterback was like Blake Bortles.
Oh my God, Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles, yeah. So I mean, they had a really good defense. The offense, mind you, wasn't that great. They did enough just to win, right? Their defense is what led that team. Jetly, and to your point, Jacksonville's never really been there consistently. Right?
Yeah.
They showed flash
Unfortunate.
when they first came into the league in the late 90s. They had 2 AFC championship appearances. That was it.
And unfortunately, that year where they did really good, New England was still fucking New England. You know, like
you don't
so
go
like,
call Tom Brady, no matter how much you don't dislike New England. I don't dislike players, right? And there's a reason why Tom Brady is going to be going down as the best NFL player to ever play the game. 7 Super Bowl rings to his appearance, on his resume doesn't hurt. 10 Super Bowl appearances doesn't hurt. Multiple NFL MVPs, multiple Super Bowl MVPs. Do I have to go on? But all I got to say is 18-1.
yeah. Patriots fan came into work Sunday. And he was wearing his jersey. And I'm like, I always say, like, whether it's the Cowboys or the Eagles, like I gotta charge you the Eagles tax or the Cowboys tax, an extra 30%. I was like, I don't charge you the Patriots tax, but you guys are suffering enough right now. And he laughs. He was like, "What's your team?" I was like, "The 18-0 Giants." You're welcome.
The 18
He's like, "Oh man." And
that's all you got to say.
What's up?
Giants fans, that's all you got to say. We can literally ride that. It's like the 17-0 Dolphins, right? They will never shut up. The Giants team that beat the 18-0 Patriots, they don't have, but we got that. That's ours. Like, you were the best NFL team probably in history, and you lost the final game.
Yeah, you lost when it mattered.
It was almost 20 years ago. So fucking what? 18-1, suck it.
But what is it? SB says, "Stop living in the past." Like, okay, get off Brady's dick then.
It's got like an aura around it.
Yeah, it's glowing.
It's probably the herp.
Oh, you know what? My dick would be glowing too if I was banging Giselle. So
Hey,
some
honey,
of that.
check my rings on
it. What's your ring size? Hold on. 6 inches.
6 inches.
All right, moving on before we get ourselves in trouble. Washington versus Baltimore.
Ooh.
Maryland game.
Matt, good game this week, right? You got this Washington offense that's finally figured out. They're sitting at 4-1. And Jaden Daniels is playing his heart out, right? And doing good. Doing well. And then you got this Baltimore team that's now sitting at 3-2. Won 3 in a row. They seems like they figured their stuff out. I think this is just a battle of who's going to have the ball last. But if I had to guess, or not guess, but if I had to pick a team that's going to beat Washington, it would have to be the Ravens. So I'm going to go with the Ravens to beat Washington. Their teams got running style quarterbacks. The only thing that Washington doesn't have is a big old Derrick Henry. I think that's going to be the difference maker is Derrick Henry.
I could see this game going either way. They're both in the groove right now. It looks like both teams have it figured out. To be different, I'm going Washington because even though as a Giants fan, it hurts to say it, I'm happy for them, and I want to see them. It's been such a long time since Washington has been legitimately good, so I want to see them continue it.
Since 2012 when they had RG3. I mean, when they had that rookie sensation, this is like reliving that, right? You know, this rookie's playing his heart out, electric. You know, it's fun to watch, right? I mean, right now, if you're a Washington fan, you are loving football.
Oh yeah,
so I knew this was a game that we're going to be split on, and I kind of figured it was going to be the Washington-Baltimore game. Just because you're right. It could probably go anyway. I'm going with the veteran team that's more well established. That finally got, all right, we got our winning formula from last season. You know, let's go. Let's carry it on. And Washington hasn't let off since they lost their first game.
Yeah, and they got a taste of what 4-1 tastes like. And
on 5-1. You know, to that extent. Baltimore's going to want to win too, right? I mean,
yeah. So the battle of the crowd cakes is going to be good.
And I'll be pissed if it ends with a tie.
No, I don't think anybody would be more pissed than either of them.
You like that?
Fuck it, you're back. All right, next game, probably another fairly easy pick. Cleveland versus Philadelphia. I am going Philadelphia.
I'll go Philadelphia too, but I was really going to go like maybe the stadium for making the money. I mean, Chicago, Jesus Christ. Cleveland is in complete and utter dismay. I think if they don't start winning games, their coach is going to be let go too, right? And this could very well be it. It almost looked like Deshaun Watson, there was a video out there saying he gave up on his team, and it happened to be like there was 12 men on the field. But, Deshaun Watson, I don't, if he's that crappy all of a sudden, if he is truly giving up, I don't know. But they're doing Cleveland things. So, if you're a Cleveland fan out there, there should be no surprise, just
unfortunately, I think Cleveland's used to it by now.
Yeah, I mean, living life with a shotgun in your mouth, Kurt Cobain style. There's no way to watch a football game.
Right now, the Browns have habitually been the Courtney Love to Cleveland's Nirvana. So, all right, next game.
Where Washington Charlie Sheen to the NFL blow. Winning.
I that is such a part of my brain, right? I just have a section of my brain dedicated to 2011 Charlie Sheen. Like it is burned into my memory.
He was going hard as fuck.
Oh, he was living. He was burning the candle at both ends and then pulling out another candle and lighting that one. To this day, randomly I'll be like, "Wang," or I'll tell Katie all the time, "My love for you burns like the fire of 1,000 suns." Directly out of Charlie Sheen's mouth, I got that. I got tiger blood, man. Too bad the Bengals don't have some of Charlie Sheen's tiger blood right now.
Too bad, because they're sitting at 1-4.
Yeah, they need it. Next game, Cardinals versus Green Bay.
Well, I want to go with Green Bay. They need to get back on track. I think they are the better team. I mean, the Cardinals showed a lot of resiliency last week, beating the Niners. But you think Green Bay goes in and beats them?
I agree. I'm going Green Bay too because I don't, like we said before, San Francisco is a little tore up right now, so I don't know how legit that win for Arizona actually was.
Right. No, I
And it wasn't like it was a blowout either. It was 1 point game. So I don't, if they squeak out another one, then maybe you could say, okay, what's going on in Arizona? But Green Bay needs to refocus and get maybe lay off the cheese a little bit and get back on track.
Yep. Lay off on the G stop, Anyway, next game.
Okay. I was like, where's this going? All right, we got Tampa Bay versus New Orleans.
Tampa Bay. Just because now the injury report from the Monday Nighter, Derek Carr is out with an oblique injury, miss multiple weeks. And I don't know who the backup quarterback is. And Tampa Bay is playing good ball. I mean, they lost to a good Falcons team that's playing really good ball too. So Tampa Bay is going to rebound. Saints, I'm not saying there's, but without Derek Carr, the chances of them winning is not great. I mean, it wasn't with them, but it'd be better.
Yeah. Hate to do it because I like New Orleans, but Buccaneers are probably the safer bet.
Yep.
If I would put my money on it. If I was a gambling man, which I am, I'll go Tampa Bay also. It's I don't really have anything to say the otherwise. Because like you said, New Orleans is hurting.
Very much so.
And then they just lost to Kansas City, which is no shocker. So all right. Tennessee versus Indianapolis.
Indy. Because of Joe Flacco's mustache. We don't got to talk about it anymore. Joe Flacco's mustache.
I swear, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? This, thankfully nobody died, I was like, whoa, what am I going to do? Tell myself. And then for some reason, Ray Finkel popped into my head.
Ray Finkel. Also a thick mustache.
And then it reminded me of Joe Flacco.
Huh.
And then, Joe Flacco's mustache. So I figured not everybody would pick up on Ray Finkel. So.
Finkel is I heard it's Finkel. Finkel is I heard it's Finkel.
To be different, because I'm not sold on the Colts.
Into my hip. Sorry.
He found Captain Winky. But I'm going to go Tennessee. To be different. And it's one of those games like anybody wins. Okay, shocker. One of these teams, one of these teams are going to one of these teams are going to score more points and win the game.
Holy shit, Joe Madden.
They're going to drive down the field and score the touchdown.
You're running or passing the ball, I'm assuming. I don't want to be wrong here with that.
Yeah, they got to do some passes, they got to do some runs, and they got to go down that way to the right end of the field. They don't want to go backwards. Got to go forwards. and then they score. Sometimes they kick a field goal. But points are points.
Points are points.
So the team that does that more often is going to win this game.
Has a better chance to statistically to win games if they score more points.
Absolutely.
You know, if I'm not a gambler, but if you have more points than the other team, you're probably going to win.
It's shocking, I know, but it happened.
My head's just Kurt Cobain right now.
Let that man rest in peace, for crying out loud.
Pieces. I'm sorry.
All right. Denver versus the Wales Vagina Chargers.
Denver.
Agreed.
The Wales Vagina. San Diego.
In German, it means Wales Vagina.
Pretty sure it's named after Saint Diego. That
Yeah, I agree to disagree.
Winning room.
All right. Pittsburgh versus the Raiders.
Pittsburgh.
You know, I'm going to stick with. I know I've said it before. Like I pick the Raiders purely for my family or my wife's family, but I don't know if I could do it anymore.
Well, you better make that couch really comfy, son.
And you know, this is going to be the week that the Raiders win, but yeah.
1 second, Joe. I got to message Katie real quick saying you're going against the Raiders.
Don't do that. No.
Don't do that. Oh.
Oh no. Folks, if I'm not here next week and it's just Joe, you know what happened.
just hold a wooden cross for the entirety of the show. Joe, you're not really dead. I see your hand.
You're gonna sit here with a cup of holy water, crosses, a string of garlic, and for the record, my wife is not a vampire. But you know, got to pull out all the anti-voodoo.
No, she's worse. Latina.
Got to hide all the knives in the house.
Oh,
Yeah, the guns too, just to be safe.
bitches be crazy.
Anyway,
I love Katie. Please don't kill me.
Oh, I'm sending her after you first. And you know what? I don't even think Tiff will stop her.
Probably not. But right now, distance is my friend. Distance is my friend right now. So
yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. You know, she got to get a passport, drive all the way to East Coast, drive up to Canada. It's such a hassle. So much to go along in between.
Better off mailing anthrax.
Yeah. I mean, where do we even get anthrax in this day and age?
Oh.
You know, it's not like 1999 where you can just pick it up at the corner store. You know, like they really got that shit locked down now.
It's good though. You know, if people were mailing it, like people were mailing people white stuff in envelopes. Let me tell you. Woo!
High quality right there. Well blown.
Feeling like Lawrence Taylor right now.
So pretty.
The original.
Speaking of blow, Cowboys and Lions.
Lions.
Yeah. Same.
Lions. Fuck them Cowboys.
Yeah. Between not wanting to pick the Cowboys and I have a feeling that Detroit actually might be a more consistent team right now. I don't know if, you know, consistency is everything, but, you know, on paper, Dallas might be a better team. but they're not showing it right now.
No. And Detroit's got too many weapons right now.
Yeah.
So, and Dallas can't stop the run. You got two really good running backs on Detroit's team. So you just pound that rock. Or, do that blow.
Or both.
Or fuck.
Strippers and blow, bro.
There's a reason why if you do a line of coke off Charlie Sheen's dick, it's called a Sheenus.
I didn't. All right, next game. Another probably easy decision for both of us. Atlanta versus Carolina.
I want to take this time to truly think about the decision I'm about to make. And I think we're all winners when there's cheerleaders on the field. But anyway, Falcons.
Agreed. Atlanta's going to go in there with a stick and just repeatedly hit Carolina in the head. And I got a phone call from a spam number. They're just going to go. And Carolina is going to be like, ow. And that'll be it.
That's it. Ow.
Ow. So, speaking of painful things to watch, Cincinnati versus Giants.
Giants.
Agreed. No, like I said before, if Cincinnati had some of that Charlie Sheen Tiger blood, like they did, 10 years ago when they were really good, they would have a chance. But
they did good against Baltimore last week, but they didn't finish. So,
gotta finish.
Gotta finish. Oh, shit. Cops can finish.
Giants are on a roll now, it looks like. They're getting, some not amazing wins, but they're winning. And Cincinnati's going in the opposite direction. So, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
New York.
Sunday nighter. Giants in prime time.
Woo. And the Monday night game. Buffalo versus the Jets.
Buffalo.
What, you don't want to pick the goddamn Jets?
No. Aaron Rodgers played horrible last week. Not saying Josh Allen played any better, but if I had to pay,
You know what? The only thing I will say, and it's so hard for me to say that, pick against Aaron Rodgers. With New York, with the Jets, firing their head coach. Maybe it fires them up. Maybe whoever replaces them as interim coach or whatever the case may be. Maybe, there's a spark there.
Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there's Nevy.
The hell is that? Put your toy away.
It's the dental pick. It's a stuffy. This is Nevy. I worked in medical industry, the dental industry. Nevy.
And they give you a little stuffed dildo looking thing.
Oh.
With a horn.
It's a pick.
It's a dick, not a pick.
It's a dick pick.
And I would like to take this moment, seeing as how we're talking about dick pics,
Okay.
to all the younger gentlemen out there.
Here's the talk, guys.
Do not send unsolicited dick pics. It's not a good look. Nobody wants to see your little pecker. You know, it's better to disappoint the woman in person. You know, don't set yourself up for failure from the start. You know,
That was
make her work for it.
Like the Twisted Veterans group.
Yeah.
So much sausage.
Wieners at the glass.
What?
So yeah, nobody likes dick pics.
Unsolicited titty pics are welcome.
Hey Jeff, hold on. Hey Tiffany, Joe is asking for titty pic. Send. All right, your turn to possibly be stabbed.
I thought you were doing it on your. I thought you were doing the phone for the recording. Then you.
Well, it's an old phone. It's just somehow sitting here.
Happened to be there. Okay.
Actually, pretty convenient for random skit.
Yeah, very. No, unsolicited. Not Just remember, if you're gonna have sex, you're gonna get chlamydia and you're gonna die.
I've seen it.
Seen it.
Seen it.
But we don't need to go into,
Yeah.
we don't need to go down memory lane.
Yeah, so don't send dick pics. If you're active, be sure to get yourself checked out.
You got to get routed off the range.
Yeah. Heard it's painful.
Best day ever. Not for me.
And remember, it's not gay if a woman does it. And
take any of the pain away.
there's only so much alcohol.
Oh shit, my dogs are still outside. No, wait. I don't know where my dogs are. They're quiet.
Yes. Not a good thing. So it's always suspicious when dogs are quiet. Dogs and children. Like, what are they doing back there?
I never know what they're doing back there. Meatloaf! Ma! Fuck! Never know what she's doing back there.
So
I'm bringing meatloaf for lunch today.
now I want meatloaf too.
How can you can't go wrong with meatloaf?
Look, when meatloaf is good, it is good. When meatloaf is bad, fucking disgusting.
Tiff cooked it in Italian dressing.
Really?
Yeah. Really good. The homemade stuff, the Italian dressing that you put we get the packets and you mix the vinegar and the oil all together. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how she did it yesterday. It's really good.
I never thought about doing that.
Yep. Try it also, and I can't believe we're talking about recipes. Oh, for the fans out there that love meatloaf, when you make the loaf.
Hey, we might have started this for football, but you know what? I'm all about rabbit holes, and right now our rabbit hole is meatloaf.
Italian dressing, then also cut up potatoes and put it around in Italian dressing. When you're baking it, the potatoes are cooking in the Italian dressing. The meatloaf turns out amazing.
Now, one thing I discovered, it might have been like I might have been watching Guy Fieri, and he was taking me to Flavortown. But this one place put peas and carrots in their meatloaf. And I was like, you know what? I'll try that. Dude, is fucking good. Like the peas as they're cooking in the friggin' loaf of meat. You got a pile of meat, and there's peas and carrots all inside of it. The peas almost disintegrate into the meat. And then you get like a little nugget of carrot here, a little nugget of carrot there, and dude, it's It's friggin' moist. It's flavorful. I went to Flavortown in my mouth. I was like, okay, not bad.
So Guy Fieri's meat took Joe to Flavortown.
Fucking A, it did.
Fucking A, it did. Did you cry?
Fucking A. I didn't cry. He may have, but I didn't. I'm a man. So backing down.
Stop
This is America. This is America. We don't pull out.
It's a dick, not a joke. Take it hard.
But
Oh, so week 5 commencing starting tomorrow night. Or week 6, sorry, week 6.
Yep.
Shelby.
Any as of right now, going into week 6, any Super Bowl predictions you want to take a shot at right now?
I'm still sticking with Ravens Lions.
Ravens, Lions.
Yep.
I'm with you on the Lions. I would really like to see them go as well, but with the way Washington's been playing, I wouldn't hold my breath, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm still not ready to bet against Kansas City. But again, it's only week 5, so who knows what'll happen by then. So any combination of Ravens, Lions, Washington, Kansas City, and who knows, friggin', Falcons, friggin', somebody might surprise us. Seattle.
Maybe.
So, anything else to add, bud?
Don't do drugs.
Unless she's really hot.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I got. Till next week.
Till next week. We'll do this again, see how week 6 turns out. Talk about week 7. We're starting to get into mid-season here. And things are settling in and picking up.
Yep.
And postseason in baseball is kicking off. So, let's go Yankees.
Go
and
Yankees.
Till next week, bud.
Till next week.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Alrighty.